All right, let's jump right in. I want to start with a brutal, kind of uncomfortable truth that's really at the heart of all this. The way people treat you, it's not random. It's a direct reflection of the signals you are constantly and, often without even realizing it, sending out into the world.
And this quote, man, it just cuts right through all the noise, doesn't it? It gets right to the point. The issue isn't always that other people are out to get you. It's that you've broadcasted through 1,000 tiny little behaviors that your value is low. You've essentially put a discount sticker on yourself.
So that's what we're here to do. This is all about a transformation. We're going to move from being that undervalued, overlooked person, the one who gets taken for granted, to being seen as the prize, the person others have to work to earn and, frankly, are a little bit afraid to lose. Okay, so let's start with the one fundamental economic law that governs everything, not just money and gold, but your social worth. This is where most people get it completely wrong right from the very beginning.
Think about it like this. In the marketplace of human interaction, being too available, too accommodating, always saying yes, it doesn't make people like you more. It makes you common. It signals abundance, and that abundance breeds contempt. Scarcity, on the other hand, that's what creates value. Being a little less available, a little less predictable, that's what makes people sit up and take notice.
And this is the perfect way to understand it. Water is absolutely essential for life. It's the most useful thing there is. But it's cheap, right? Because it's everywhere. Now, diamonds, from a survival perspective, they are totally, utterly useless. Yet, they are insanely expensive. Why? For one reason only. They are rare. You've probably spent your whole life trying to be useful like water when you should have been focused on being rare like a diamond.
Okay, enough with the theory, let's get tactical. This part is all about building your fortress. We're going to identify and just systematically eliminate all those little behaviors that are broadcasting low value to everyone around you. Most of us, we kind of operate with this open door policy for our time, our energy, our attention. Anyone can just stroll in, take what they want, and leave whenever they feel like it. We're going to shut that down. From now on, you are a fortress. Getting access to you is a privilege, not a right. Now, let's do a little audit here. This is so important. Look at these cheap behaviors on the left. We're all guilty of some of these. Replying to a text in 2 seconds, oversharing all your insecurities, apologizing for everything. These things just scream neediness. Now look at the high-value alternatives. Instead of an instant reply, you use a strategic delay. That little gap you create, that's where your value is built. Instead of oversharing, you say less than necessary. It creates mystery, it makes you seem powerful. And this one's huge. Replace "I'm sorry" with "thank you." It flips the whole dynamic from you being guilty to them being helpful. So what do you actually do when someone makes a little joke at your expense? You follow this exact 4-step process. Step 1, you immediately stop talking. Step 2, you turn and make direct, flat, emotionless eye contact. Step 3, you hold it for an uncomfortably long 4 seconds. That silence gets so heavy, all the social pressure just flips right back onto them. And step 4, you just let them crumble under it. You've just asserted total dominance without saying a single word. Great. So we've stopped the bleeding, we've put up our defenses. Now it's time to go on the offensive. These are the strategies you're going to use to actively inflate your perceived value and turn yourself into the prize they're all chasing. Now this is a fascinating little piece of psychology. It's totally counterintuitive. We think that if we do favors for people, they'll like us more. But actually, the reverse is true. When somebody does a favor for you, their brain has to justify why they made that effort. And they tell themselves, well, I must really like and value this person because I'm investing my own energy into them. So how do you use this? Simple. You flip the script. Stop being the one who does all the work. Let them be the one to text first. Let them be the one to drive to you. Ask for a small, thoughtful favor every now and then. By getting others to invest in you, you are literally rewiring their brain to value you more. You become an expensive asset they can't afford to lose. This is a core law of human nature. It's hardwired into us. The second somebody feels like they have you, that they've got you locked down, poof, your value just plummets. You have to subtly hint that you have other options, that other people value you. This creates social proof, it creates an atmosphere of rivalry, and it forces them to realize that if they don't treat you right, there's a line of people waiting to take their spot. All right, now we're getting into the most advanced stuff. This is the mindset that ties everything else together. Because real, true social power, it doesn't come from what you do. It comes from what you don't do. It comes from mastering emotional control and the art of strategic indifference. This quote says it all, really. If you say yes to everything and everyone, your presence gets watered down. It becomes common. But high-value people, they say no to almost everything. It protects their time, and it creates exclusivity, so that when you finally do say yes, it feels like a gift. And here's the key. When you say no, you never explain. Explanations are for subordinates. Think about it like this. A low-value person is a thermometer. They just reflect the emotional temperature of whatever room they're in. A high-value person, they're the thermostat. They set the temperature. So when everyone else is panicking, you're calm. When they try to bait you into a fight, you stay indifferent. That unshakable quality, it makes you seem like a rock in a storm, and people are desperately drawn to that kind of strength. And this leads us to maybe the most critical rule of all. Stop arguing. Stop explaining why your feelings are hurt. The most powerful penalty you can ever dish out for bad behavior isn't your anger. It's the complete removal of your attention. You just go cold, you withdraw, and that absence creates a vacuum, and it forces them to confront the true cost of disrespecting you. We're getting near the end, and this is without a doubt the most important part. Because all of these behaviors, all these tactics, they're just an extension of what you believe on the inside. To truly, genuinely command respect, you have to change your inner reality first. A person whose entire life revolves around another person is, by definition, needy. And neediness is deeply unattractive. You must have a mission, your career, your art, your business, whatever it is, that is bigger than any single person or any relationship. When people see that you're driven by a vision, they know that they are not the center of your universe. And that makes you formidable. And right here, this is it. This is your ultimate power, your ace in the hole. In any relationship, the person who is more willing to walk away holds all the cards. You have to build a genuine, deep-down belief that you will be fine. No, that you'll be thriving all on your own. When people sense that you're not bluffing about that, they will start to police their own behavior to avoid losing you. And please stop chasing people for explanations. Why'd you do that? Why don't you like me anymore? That's just a desperate plea for validation from an outside source. The disrespect is the explanation. The disrespect is the closure. Your indifference to their reasons, that is the final power move. It shows that you and only you define your own worth. And that brings us to the end. So I want you to look at this question and be brutally honest with yourself. Which one is it? Is it the instant texting, apologizing too much, laughing at jokes that are actually at your expense? Identify that one thing and decide right now what is the first thing you're going to do tomorrow to kill it for good. Your journey starts now.